like that. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I'm Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. Let's do this, guys. So, we got the man. We got the owner of G-Force Weapons. We got the owner of Straight Up Kicking Team. The promoter of the New England Open. The man, Joe Greenhalgh. What's up, man?
Okay, so here's why it's so funny right now. This is actually take two. So when you guys are hearing this right now, you're hearing take two. That's why we were laughing. But Joe,
we were laughing.
You've got many names. You've got Coach, you've got Joe Greenhalgh, you've got Joe, you've got Mr. G. A lot of times you'll just hear that around the tournament, Mr. G. You just hear it, Mr. G.
Yeah, they call me Jerk Joe.
Jerk. Oh man, how you doing? How you doing, Joe? Doing good?
Doing good, man. I'm really
good. Awesome,
really.
Awesome.
We were just talking right before we started the show about how a certain someone we know from another podcast is doing great during lockdown. How are you doing during lockdown?
Well, to be really honest with you, for the last 30 years, I worked maybe 80 hours a week nonstop. So this lockdown has been nothing but a retirement joy for me.
Wow.
So yeah,
nice.
Really enjoying it. I mean, I'm still puttering around at G-Force by myself because we can't open. We're closed.
Okay.
The school's closed, but hey,
Yeah.
I bring.
But what about the weapon? Is that something that you can still do? I have no clue.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm closed. I can't open. I can't do anything. The
Oh,
state shut me down. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So what's it like? So what's it like in Rhode Island now that it's shut down? Like, what's like the community like?
For me, it's like Hawaii. I'm on vacation, man. My normal day is I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the shop by 6 a.m. After there, I go to the karate school. I teach from 5:30 to 9:15. I come home at 10 o'clock at night, eat, go to bed. Yeah. I get up and I do it over and over and over and over and over. So since the lockdown, me and my friend, we've gone off to Florida, and my girl, we went off to Florida. We spent a few days there, and we go to New Hampshire once in a while. I have a house up there in the mountains. It's pretty nice up there. We did some snowmobiling and stuff. So yeah, no. I'm really enjoying the shutdown.
Hey,
that is great.
That is great.
Island of positivity.
That's right.
Sea of despair.
And listen,
that is great.
I live my life, and I know people are running around and they're staying in their homes, but I'm fortunate to have a girl with me that we have a blast. We don't even care. We just go do, and life's too short, man. I'm enjoying myself right now. I'm having a ball.
That's really awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, so Alex, like we were saying, you were saying before while we were before the show that you can't remember a time when you didn't see.
That's
Mr.
right.
G,
Okay, so that's what I mentioned. That as long as I've been around martial arts competition at this level. This is what I'm going to say. 28 years now. So 28 years I've been in martial arts, and I can't think of a time when I've been in martial arts competition at this highest level that we're going to talk about that you haven't been there. If I've ever been around in a tournament in America, you've been there.
Yeah, I've done it all. Trust me.
And you were talking about really how that journey began.
Yeah. Again, my son Joey and my daughter Jessica, they were both very high competitors in NASCAR circuit and crane. But yeah, when Joey was 6 years old, his grandmother gave him a karate certificate to go to karate school. So he went and he trained for, 6-8 months. And he wanted to go to a karate tournament. And we took him to a karate tournament. And he got last place. And I was like, yeah, we're not having this. So then he trained a little bit more with the same guy. And, he wanted to go to another karate tournament. And again, he got last place. And I was like, yeah, we're not having this. So again, I did martial arts when I was young. When I was in my teens, I did martial arts. So I started training with other guys. I had a purple belt in Kempo and a green belt Taekwondo, and you know how it all works. Well, but
Yeah.
anyways, I opened up a school on my own, and without having a black belt certificate, and I did really well because I train. I'm more interested in training hardcore than I am training the other way.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You're being
So
too politically correct.
Yeah.
okay, well, so with me, it's a passion thing. I mean, never made money in my school. Never. I never made any. Well, maybe in the beginning we did, but the school has never made any money. I can tell you though that like Brandon Ballou, he's been with me for 16 years. You guys know Gabby, Romani, those guys have been with me like almost 10 years now.
Right.
So most of the kids that I train stay with me for a long period of time, and they're not, they're more my family now than they are anything else.
Right. That's awesome.
And listen, I have always had Team Straight Up. I do take care of some people. I take care of everybody on my people that are loyal to me. I'm loyal to them, so I take care of them. Yeah, go try and pick up Bailey. See if he'll go with anybody. Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah, I doubt that one. But we're gonna get into your teams for sure.
Oh man, that's awesome.
How long into like you having the school did you decide, all right, I want a competition team outside of just the guys I train?
Well, really, like after the first 2 years. The
It was
first
like
2
right
years,
away.
the school grew, and it was more of a sport karate school. That's why I named it Straight Up Kicking, right?
Right.
I could have named it Greenhalgh's Taekwondo, or but I didn't. So, yeah, I mean, 2 years into it, I had some parental problems in my school. Mommy's talking, and I was just like, "Ladies, listen, I've had enough of your stuff. Take your kids and get out." And
yeah,
I started just becoming a sport martial arts school and teaching kids that just wanted to be elite. If you didn't want to be elite, I really don't want to train you. So that's really where I'm at. That's what I like to do. That's my passion. I have students that are cops and lawyers, and I have a good list of people, that psychologists, and people that's come and stay with me usually do pretty well in life, and that's really what it's all about to me. It's not about karate. It's about the person you become through this journey.
Right.
Making people better people throughout martial arts.
Right. Absolutely. Not just better, awesome. Great people.
Yeah, great
making
people.
Them great. That's what I'm interested in. So the people in the area here call me Belichick of karate. That's what they call me.
For real.
All right.
In the local area, they call me Coach Belichick.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Coach
fantastic.
Belichick.
Now that's going to be that could be an interesting thing. We have some interesting news that just came out about that team. It's not just Tom Brady who left that team. Apparently, Gronk is gone too.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Hey, it's gonna happen, right? It has to.
It's gonna happen.
The sport has to evolve. If it doesn't evolve, it dies.
If there was a Tom Brady of Team Straight Up, who is that?
Well, what makes the Tom Brady?
I'm surprised you had to guess twice.
What do you mean?
I assumed right away you'd say it would be Bailey.
If you ask me, the best fighter on my team is definitely Bailey Murphy. If you ask me about loyalty, they're all loyal, but Brandon's been with me for like 15, 16 years.
Right.
So is he a Tom Brady? He is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, listen, Gabby Cunha, she's in military school. She's the only woman with 9 guys. She's top of the class. The girl, just before Ocean State Grand Nationals in 19, she was sparring in the school, got caught with a hook kick, fractured her eye socket, broke her nose, put a cage on, and fought that weekend and won.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's some gangster stuff right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have a lot of Tom Brady's. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Even my little kids.
That was good. That was a good.
Yeah, that's
answer.
a good one. Yeah.
That was a good answer.
So I think I was telling Alex this before. I think the first time I remember you, let's see it. Well, I probably saw you or you were around before, but Joey and I competed at the 1993 Capital Classics. So,
Wow.
and we were in, I think, the advanced division then or something. And
Wow.
and so that was the first time I got to see the real, honestly, like the bows that were, a little bit more fancy, the purple Hakamas, everything. And I remember, I mean, just even the rumors that were going around that Joe Greenhalgh created a bow that you could push the button and flames popped out. I mean, I remember some crazy stuff.
I did.
Wait, time out. Stop.
Yeah,
What did you create?
I did. I have one that has LED lights in it too that goes up and down. Yes, I do.
That's dope.
I do.
But you created a fire hazard? What did you create?
No. What happens is it's done with the butane, but if you spin the bow, the flame goes out. It's not strong enough.
Right. So it was like you finished at the end with a strike, and you did, yeah.
You hit the button, it'll come on. But the minute you go to move the bow, the flame goes out.
Yeah, but that's pretty
fantastic.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this was back in '93.
Dude, you need to get Jackson
when I heard
Rudolph
this,
one of them
so.
and have him do his form like that. Holy shit!
It's crazy. Oh,
I
man.
have commas that have LED lights in them now. They go up and down on the handles. I split the handles open. I cut the hollow it out. I put the wires in, batteries in. Yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, I'm a fan of the G-Force commas. I did a product review a while back. We just dropped that one. That was a good one. But there's a lot of stuff I want to get into about the commas. But okay, so we talked about when the team started. There's literally layers and layers to not just Team Straight Up or Joe Greenhalgh or Straight Up Kicking or G-Force. There's just layers and layers to all of it because it just, like we talked about before, there's just eras of it.
Yeah.
And you've talked about, you've got people who've been around for 10, 12, 15 years, but you've been doing this for 30 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but now you're also the owner of the New England Open.
Yeah. Yes. So, all right, let's just get into this now.
Because Richard Bautista, cool guy. All right. He owned the New England Open. And then then you were the owner of the New England Open. And tell me, I don't know, but I'm assuming Rich enjoyed it at one point. I have nobody's ever said a word of this to me. And it just kind of felt like to me, he just kind of was done with it and wanted to move out because I didn't really see him again after that. How did this all happen?
I guess he was getting tired and, he approached me a couple times about it and, I thought about it and I had a kid on my team named Ryan Wells. I don't know if you remember him.
I remember Ryan Wells.
Oh, yeah.
That kid is in the Rangers or something right now. That kid is unbelievable. I mean, so his father, Tim, kind of convinced me into buying it. So I bought the tournament from Rich. And, of course...
Come on, get into it.
People tell you, hey, it's making a lot of money, blah, 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 blah.
What year was it 2006 or 7?
2006, I think it was. I took it over.
Okay.
Listen, I'm going to tell you all. You guys think promoters make a lot of money on these events? We don't.
Nope.
I mean, I can tell you the year the swine flu came, I lost $30,000. I had to remortgage my home to pay my bill. I had people canceling the hotel, and I mean, and if you don't sell your hotel contract, you got to pay the hotel.
You got to pay it. Yep.
And it cost me $30,000. And believe me, there are guys out there that are not paying their bills now. So hey, here I am, guys.
Yeah.
Careful. There are guys out there not paying their bills. Not nice. Not nice at all.
Whoa, wait. When you say not paying their bills, what are you talking about? Their karate bills?
Yeah, I'm talking about their bills for their events that they're holding.
Shut up.
Yeah.
There are lots of guys out there.
Well, we
I'm
heard.
not thinking of it.
Yeah, it's not right for us to name. We know.
Exactly.
But it ain't right to name drop right now.
Absolutely. Everybody knows. But, it is what it is. I took the I took the New England I took the tournament off the circuit 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with the way things were going. I'm still not. I mean, I love NASCAR, and I've said it before. NASCAR, the best competitors, the best people all around. NASCAR has. I've been over in Europe. Yes, they have some good fighters, but they don't do anything else except karate over there. You got guys, 13-year-old kids that are 6'3", doing front jabs to the body. I'm like, come on, man. That's not even fighting.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly. He's
But yeah,
six
over
foot
in Europe,
three,
that's all they
and
do.
you can't kick
Yeah.
above the hip. Like you're not even utilizing
Yeah.
the physical tools
Yeah.
you have. Whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna lose my head.
But for me, NASCAR, I love NASCAR. I put my heart into it. I'm not afraid to speak up.
Nope.
Everybody knows that. But I really do love NASCAR. NASCAR has the best. But I didn't like the way things were going. So I said, listen, I'm going to take this year off. And I just watched it unfold. And I said, I'm taking next year off too. You guys just moving dates and taking my dates and people just moving around, not acting
Whoa.
like
What do you mean taking your dates? What happened? Because I don't know anything about this. I don't know.
Well, listen,
Everybody thinks I know everything
Just
because
pay attention, Alex.
because
Come on.
LC is NK and I'm NK. I'm not privy to extra information.
So if there's one thing I am is I am a good businessman, right?
Okay.
That's the one thing I am. And some guys aren't, in order to be a business, you have to play like a team. You have to be a team. And if you're not going to be a team, you're not good for the organization. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're not good for the organization, you should go.
Yep. Yeah.
And there are people out there to replace you. No. So it should be run like a business. I mean,
Yeah, it's very similar to what I said, Alex. I think when we were on Point Fighter not too long ago about, do you see them finally, changing or doing this after this, coronavirus and how everyone needs to work together? And I said no, because they never have and they never will. And that's just the fact. Right. And that's, I've been through it as well as a promoter. And like Joe said, yeah, the money is not what people think. And everyone wants to be like money hungry promoters asking for this and asking for that. And I just don't think anyone has really gotten into it to understand what you're getting into, Now there's, so, and not only to have one successful event, but to have year after year after year repeated. It's crazy. And
the stress level is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've felt a lot better without having mine the past 2 years. So, it's crazy. But you always say about, I think a lot of people think that, like you said, you love NASCAR, but you are the first one to speak out against them and call them on their stuff, which is great. But you also say you love it and they're the best. And I think that some people misunderstand that, you know what I mean? It's like,
oh yes,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot. So
people see me scream at the ring and they're like, "Oh, he's this." But once it's over, it's over.
You have some iconic. Like I can hear them right now. As I'm thinking about it, I can hear the volumes and the verbiages. You have certain sounds. It's not even like a word, right? It's just a sound that if I was on the other side of the building, I would know that that's Joe.
Yeah.
I would know what ring he's in by the sound that just echoed off of the ceiling.
Yeah. Wow.
Merry Christmas is one of my good ones.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, that's a good. I remember those.
Oh man,
that's a good point.
Lord. So now, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. It's all right.
Oh, I was just gonna say, the first way. All right, I know you got started in NASCAR, but you started really with the Crane organization, right? Correct.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay.
That's where we started with Crane.
Yeah, because you guys are up in Rhode Island, and I mean, let's get into that. What was your your experience with that? I'm sure it's a roller coaster of craziness. And what's the state of Crane?
What is the Crane circuit like? Because Jeff and I have talked about it a few times. I've never really done one. been involved in the Crane Circuit before. So the Crane Circuit is like the New England area, like
Yes.
Canada and
No,
Guatemala.
very few Canada. Very few from Canada.
Yeah.
Mostly New England. Mostly
Okay.
very New England. Yeah.
All right.
Because, of course, there are a lot more circuits out there now, so Canadians don't have to travel here. And, there are a lot more circuits out there.
It's crazy. Yep.
It's crazy how these people think that they're going to, whatever. It's okay.
Change the world, right? Change the
They
world.
think they're going to change the karate world. And
Yeah, that's right.
And some of them have been
I've been
mediocre.
trying.
Some of them have fallen on their face. Some of them have actually excelled. Like, I actually like that Blitz League. I've never done an event, but nobody's ever said a bad thing about the Blitz League.
Yeah, no, the league is good. Yeah, the league is good. Jeremy's got, he's got some things about him. He's a Joe Greenhalgh of the Florida area.
Oh, yeah. He loves to get people riled up.
He's
Man.
a brown Floridian Joe Greenhalgh.
Yeah, he loves to stick his foot in his mouth, too. He does pretty well. But listen, you know what? I love the guy. Jeremy's a great guy. But again, I'll speak right against him. That Dewey thing that went down, I went right to him, told him, Jeremy, there was a better way to do this. It just wasn't a very professional way what you did. And, he respects me. I respect him. If you can respect me, I'll respect you all the time. Me and you can fight, but I respect you. After it's over, we can go have whatever you're drinking there, Alex.
Oh, no, this is fantastic right here. This is Tullamore Dew. If anybody wants to know a good whiskey, this one is Tullamore Dew. I like it a lot.
Yeah, listen, I'm passionate about this sport. Travis is sitting there. He was very passionate about what he did. I used to watch Travis all the time. He was a great guy, man. Great competitor, very courteous to people. He was great. Great guy, man. There are a lot of great ones out there. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
The sport has evolved as far as, fighters, because there are some loyal people to the sport that have really jumped in and started training fighters and training forms people. There are some great people from the past that don't do jack for the sport that made them who they are.
Like who?
You know what I'm saying? There are guys out there that are phenomenal, and they're more interested in just making the buck than they are making the sport a great thing, which is what it is. It's a great sport.
Yeah.
Someday, somebody's going to take it and put it together and go, this is the package, and they're going to sell it, and it'll get there. It definitely will get there. But somebody's going to do it someday.
Well, okay, so Joe, so we talked a lot about that you've been really around all the time.
Yeah.
You've seen just about everything.
I've seen it all.
And that you're a very iconic figure in sport martial arts competition.
More than I think I am, trust me.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, you definitely
But how about this?
Yeah.
You've pretty much seen it all. So like we talked about we've had some guests on that have told us some stories. All right. I have no doubt that the ones that you have just sitting in your pocket would make my jaw drop. But I have some specifics, like not ones that I personally know, but like what are just some examples? Because when I think of Joe Greenhalgh competition, I just think like, bam, you're there, and you're gonna be by your fighter's side, but you're also going to be very vocal. There have been some times where you have had to be extremely vocal because some messed up stuff has gone down.
Right.
What have been some times where there's just been some stuff, but you're just like,
yeah, what was the biggest one?
That was some messed up junk. What's the most messed up like thing that's happened where you're like, no way am I letting this go?
Oh, there's been lots of things that I won't let go.
Let it bring it on.
Donnie and Steve Babcock did something at US Open one year, and I went off.
Well, was that 05?
I think it was. Yeah,
I was there.
So I'm the type of person that I'm in the moment, and then when I go by it, I kind of just like, it's okay, it's done, it's over, I don't care. So when I'm in the moment, that's the way I am. But after that, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm the way it is. That's the way I am. So
okay, I want to set the stage for that. I want to hear about that because I've been there for that. I've heard a lot about it. I don't know your side of the story. Let's set the stage for that. So here's what happened with that one. So it came down to it. That incident changed the rules for team fighting for years because of what happened in that moment. So there was a few teams. There was a lot of teams in the team fighting at the
Yes,
U.S.
there
Open in
were.
2005. All right, there was Team Straight Up. There was
CAB.
Paul Mitchell. There was
Yeah.
JoJo.
Yeah.
There was
It
a
was
lot
everybody.
of good
A lot
like
of teams.
mid-tier teams. NK had a
PK.
team, but what happened with NK, Hamid had just left. It was
Left.
me,
Yeah.
Greg, BJ, and Hamid. We had a 4-man team. Hamid just left to go to WKF.
Yeah.
BJ just tore his ACL.
Yeah.
The tournament beforehand was Bluegrass Nationals, and in jaw-dropping fashion, I couldn't freaking believe how BT Webb beat me. Right, for the division, for the middleweight.
Yeah.
Couldn't freaking. I didn't even know who this guy was. All right, I called it in the time. I'm like, I'm a 360 round, kick this dude in the face. First thing that happens, I did and lost the fight somehow. Whatever. BT Webb, rest his soul. Right.
Yes.
Was
Great guy.
a great fighter. So we called the guy up. He's gonna fight with us. So we got a new fighter. So they protest. They don't protest us.
Yeah.
They don't protest Pro Rank, because the Pro Rank was in it too. Pro Rank and Dojo. They merged.
Dojo. Yeah. They were both.
Right?
They merged. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't protest us. They don't protest them. They protest you because that tournament, Jack Felton fought with you guys. What happened?
Donnie,
And when I say they, I mean Paul Mitchell, specifically Steve.
They went to Larry and they complained and they made it so that he couldn't fight with me.
Now, okay, here's what I heard. Because as soon as I see stuff happening, bam, I'm there. And I heard Steve, and I don't know. All right, Steve was like, "Oh, Jack's a good fighter. I don't know. I hope he fights with him the whole time. Is he going to stay with him or not? Because if he's going to stay with the team, he should fight. If he's not going to stay on their team, he shouldn't fight." What went down?
My
It was
God.
because the rule after that tournament was if you change teams, you can't fight for any other team for 2 more tournaments.
Yeah, 2 more tournaments. Okay.
Stupid rule.
Yeah.
I didn't make that rule.
No, it changed. That moment, it changed.
Listen, that's still a problem. That's not just what didn't just happen then. It's still a problem with, changing things where they shouldn't be changed. A rule is a rule. That's the way it is. Like it or love it, leave it. A rule is a rule.
Yep.
You can't keep changing rules all the time to suit the higher ups or you just can't do that stuff.
Nope.
You can't.
No.
I'm sorry that JPM has to fight, whoever it was at the time. No, you're not going to take and move the cards and move. No, you're not doing that stuff. I don't like that stuff, man. It is what it is. If my kids lose, great, we're going back and train. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to cheat so that it is just play by the rules. That's all I want to do. Play by the rules.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Make a rule, live by it.
Yeah, I mean that's been my biggest thing for the past at least 15 years, 20 years has been about NASCA is that, And now again, I'm not going to say that it's only NASCA that does that because I think other leagues have done that, and I've seen it. I've seen issues as well at NBL events. So I mean, I know because everyone.
Hey, let me just stop you for 1 minute. We went to the Super Grants one year. I brought my team there. No seed, never fought. We got to fight through the whole thing, right? So I get there, and I guess there was a couple of teams or something, and we're sitting there, and they're like, "Okay, well, you guys got to fight." I'm like, "No. We've already had a fight. We got to buy. This team has no buy. We're not fighting. Get an arbitrator." So this lady comes over, and she's arbitrating it, and I'm just like, da 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 da. And they're like, "No. You got to fight. You got to fight." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" No, I said, "That's not the rule. The rule is this. Da 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 da." I want another arbitrator. So as I'm getting another arbitrator, somebody whispers in my ear, "That's that team's mother." I'm like, "What?"
Wait a minute. Time out. The arbitrator.
Let me just finish.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And then he says, and the other arbitrator's coming is the dad. I'm like, what?
Shut the front door.
Oh,
Yeah.
Huh, Jeff? Yeah.
What team was this?
I don't want to get into that. They know who they are. They'll know.
Yeah.
They're going to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's just, you know what I mean? You want to take a sport to the Olympics or to TV or to
Right.
and you're gonna do stuff like that? Are you
Right.
kidding me, man?
Right.
Come on, man.
Correct. Yeah.
You know,
And I mean,
there are
and
guys
that's
out there. There are guys out there that are so talented, right?
Mhm.
And what are they doing? They're doing nothing. They're not making no money. They're not doing anything. They're so talented. It should be on TV. It should be a huge thing, right? It should be. Even our forums, we're gonna watch a dog show on TV. We're gonna watch this dog run around a track. Are you kidding me? When these people can do the phenomenal things that they do,
yeah.
Are you kidding me? What's wrong here? You know? So yeah,
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It is. It is. I mean, and yeah, I mean, I've been around 32 years now. Of course, I was a junior for a long time, but I got a pretty good memory. I remember a lot of stuff from when I was a kid. And I've seen it go up and down and all this thing, but still everyone's saying that, oh, we're going to make this happen. We're going to make this happen. And those same people that say they're going to make this happen don't want to let go of the other stuff, you know? And it's like, you have to let go of this to get to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and a lot of it is that, like either if it's, the whole favoritism thing, whatever issue you have with this person, guess what? You're in this position now. You got to let that go. You just
gotta let it go.
And honestly, though,
it
Jeff,
kills it.
I'm okay with us not going to like TV or Olympics or any of that, as long as we're just a really well-run amateur sport.
Well, you know what? I think that
one of those things, not the other.
Hey, listen. If they don't change, if they don't evolve, it'll always be a great amateur sport. But it might
not be great anymore.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. Anyways, but there are people that are in our sport that like Raymond Daniels and John.
What John Blair?
Mike Chat and John Valera, Kim Doe, they're all doing stuff. Him and more about look what we have that's part of our league or part of our family. These people that have gone on and done these great things. Yes, it can happen for people. It does. I mean, have we had any movie stars? Yeah, we've had a couple, but not what you should have. But yeah, we have some. I got another story for you, Alex.
Do it.
You ready?
Yeah, of course I'm ready.
Remember Elias Lemon?
I do.
Yes,
which story are you telling me?
I'm going to tell you the story.
The beginning or the
All
Exodus?
right.
So I took Elias. I watched him fight at a couple tournaments. He was out there, and I talked with him. A real nice guy, Elias, real nice guy.
It's probably like 2002.
I don't know the year.
It was 2002.
Remember that stuff.
I remember.
So I brought him onto my team.
Yep.
And listen, we used to train a little bit. We trained together. We did some things together. I helped motivate him a little bit. Got to do this. Let's go, Elias. Come on. And I forget what tournament it was, but he almost beat Raymond at a tournament. I think we beat Paul Mitchell at that tournament, or we almost beat them.
It was World Series of Martial Arts 2003.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Elias, I was grooming that team. I was grooming the team. And Elias got a phone call, I guess, in September from the Paul Mitchell people. And
I have a further info on. I have the backstory on that, by the way. But keep going.
So anyways, I heard that towards the it was before the end of the year that he left me. He went to Paul Mitchell, and I was flipping steaming. And I'm the type of guy you don't want to get mad, because I'll sell my house to get you. I will give up everything I own to get back at you. So through that winter season, Raymond and Jotty and Reggie and Mike Pombero and the Exodus happened. Exited because they brought somebody from Donnie's school and put him on the team also.
Right.
So I teamed up with Hugh Smith, and we talked about it. And I said, I can't let this go. I got to do something. I gotta beat these guys. Now I gotta beat up Elias. I gotta get Elias now. So we, after that breakup with Raymond and Jotty and them, we went to Raymond and Jotty and asked them, hey, we'll sponsor you for the year. Pick up the tab for you. We want you to fight with us. Me, you, Joey. And they said, how about, can we pick up Jason Borelli? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we could do that too. So
Yeah, that happened the next
me
year.
and Hugh, we picked up those guys. Yeah, for the next year. So at Ocean State Grand Nationals, the new Paul Mitchell team was there. Elias, Jesse, and I forget who else it was, but they had their team there. And then
Preston,
Raymond and Jotty come. It was only Raymond and Jotty we picked up at the time. And
Yeah.
Joe was by himself. And we're standing there. So they come in and we talk to them a little bit. They already knew the plan. They already had the uniforms, everything. So Steve Babcock is like walking around looking at them. And they're Steve and Donna talking like, what the hell's going on here? And so they called men's team fighting, and Jotty and Raymond go into the change room, and they come out with our uniform on. So it was Raymond, Jotty, Joey. And Joey was a pretty good fighter back then.
Joey was awesome. Yeah.
Joey was a great fighter.
Yes.
So, needless to say, they got a beat that weekend.
Yeah.
I wasn't personally at that event, and I remember watching the videos thinking, Dumbo, you should have been there. Dumbo, why weren't you there?
Yeah.
And I watched the highlight reel that both of them put on, and it was literally it was almost like winning was like, yeah, sure, that'll happen.
Yeah.
We need to make sure this is the most highlighted reel tournament we can muster up. And it's exactly what it was. At one point, Raymond is mimicking Keanu Reeves in The Matrix.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, I couldn't believe it.
So I was on the other side because CJB was there as well. And we had a solid team. And, Damon, Jason, and Josh Horridge, I think, was our third at that time. And so, I mean, the crowd was insane. And that's something I'll never forget. And that was the first time where I was like, well, not the first time, because really you start building a big team around that time. And it was just like, it was just so loud with all your team behind you when that was happening. When Raymond was on the team, it was just like, we're all going to make his show even better than it already is. Yeah. And that was cool. I didn't like it on the other end. No, I hated it. And I know someone who really hated it. One of my teammates, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Damon hated y'all's guts.
He still does.
Still does. So.
Right.
Oh man.
It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate him. It's okay.
Right.
Listen, I don't hate anybody in the karate world. Nobody. I don't. I just play the game. But I know I have people that hate me. It's okay. It's okay. They don't know me, but it's okay. Keep going.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, and yeah. I mean, I'll just remember when at the end of that year, CJB ended, and I remember him telling me, well, whatever you do, Doss, just don't wear purple. And I just died laughing. I was like, wow, Damon. All right, bro. Thank you.
Hey, wait. Here's a question about that. Why the color purple?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy because first off, I love the color purple. I believe it's a sign of royalty. And if you look to your right, Alex, don't you have a purple Vikings?
I have the Viking. What's above the Viking, though?
Exactly.
What's above the Viking?
I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, exactly. It's okay. So listen, I do the one thing I really liked about the purple was everybody wore black. Everybody wore black. Oh, the first place kid got black. I'm wearing black. Oh, the first place kid has white pants. I'm gonna wear black top with white pants. No.
Yeah.
We're wearing purple, so when I look around, I see you. I know where you are. I know what's going on. I can see you competing. I'm not like the rest. Everybody's going north. I'm going south.
Right.
Everybody's wearing a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm having a great time.
That's fantastic.
I love it.
I got another one for you.
All right.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Me and Donnie, we used to butt heads a lot. And anyways, we used to butt heads a lot. But I got to tell you, I learned a lot from that man. I used to stand to the sidelines watching him, and I learned a lot from him. the type of coach he was, loud and boisterous like that. I was like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. I can play this game too.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and him used to go back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, and even with your
I learned a
school
lot from
teams
Donnie.
too. But even with your school, like
Yeah.
because you're in the same area, you're in the same state. So not only do you guys, when you had big teams against each other, but you're also at local events doing the same thing with your schools. So I mean, that's a whole nother thing people don't get. It's like the rivalry never ended. You saw them every weekend.
No, never ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, every week it never ended. He hated me. I hated him. It was over. We'd shake hands. Yeah, we used to shake hands and be friends, and it is right. It is what it is. But I hate nobody in the rivalry. I love this sport. Again, I love this sport. It's my life. It's my life. Yeah. Next, let's go. Come on, keep coming.
Okay, well, I have some. So you've had, fighters come and go, former competitors come and go, because it's been like what you said. It's been 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but
and
you had
like you
some
said,
really,
the second longest team. Yeah, second longest team.
Second longest
karate.
team.
Yeah.
To Paul Mitchell.
Yeah.
And it's the same with them. But I gotta say, man. So if you had to say, like, all right, who is like, if you could assemble like an all-time team straight up team, because you said you like fighters more than forms right now, and you've had some great forms competitors.
I like it all. Yeah.
All right. So if you could assemble your all-time team straight up team, what would that be?
Oh, Kim Do, my son, fighters.
Sure.
Jotty, Raymond. I love Trevor Nash.
Yes.
Wait, Trevor fought for
women?
you?
Yes, he did.
No, I don't think Trevor fought. Chelsea did.
Yeah.
Chelsea did.
Yeah.
As
Chelsea
a junior,
fought,
right? No, and as an adult.
And as an adult.
What am I talking about?
Yeah, as an adult too. Yeah, she did. Hey, I need to plug this phone in. Can I do that?
Go for it, man.
Yeah, you're good. We can pause it.
Yeah. You go ahead. It's mobile. You do whatever you got to do.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So then as I think about that, I'm thinking about guys like Mark Canonizato. All right.
Oh yeah. You know what? I got to have Mark too. He was one of my boys.
Yeah.
For the longest time and winning overalls. But and even then, so you got Joey. So people now, because I don't know, maybe they won't remember Joey because he wasn't an icon in the time because he was competing against guys like Jotty.
You don't even want to get
Raymond.
into that, do you?
Yes, let's do it.
No. I'm gonna get into who Joey is. Joey was. Here's when I first saw Joey. It was '96, and he had the longest hair, right? while he was doing his bow form and probably wasn't sequenced, but it looked like a sequin hakama, right? Yeah. And I'm like, what is this, right? Yeah. And he still was he was a great bow forms competitor, but this dude, we competed and we fought each other a few times. This dude busted up my front leg. Like his sidekick is unfreaking real. There's few people I put ahead of Joey when it comes to the power of their sidekick. Joey, when I would kick at him, because as far as just like a kicking talent, I feel like I had a better front leg kicking talent than Joey. But Joey literally powered through my leg and kicked through my shin bone. At one point, the match is over. I look at my leg and it's just bloody. My leg is just blood because Joey is kicking through my, and I had a shin pad on.
That's great.
After that match, I'm like, what the frick am I wearing this thing for? And I took him off.
So we used to do a lot of, we not only did we do point fighting, we did a lot of full contact fighting in our school too. We used to go and fight Muay Thai fighters. And Joey was in WCL with Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so Joey used to kick concrete walls with sneakers on when we were getting ready for those fights. I would have
hell up.
Joey. He would wear his sneakers, and Joey would kick concrete walls. Just so I could make his legs strong. I had some funny ways about doing things.
Damn.
But Joey had an unbelievable sidekick. He
You're
was
trying to make him an East Coast Tong Po.
actually he was after he beat the in the Battle of Atlanta when he fought that full contact.
And he knocked that dude out with a front leg hook kick.
The Sun Sao. Yeah.
Here's the wild part. Once again, at that time, the Battle of Atlanta was not a good tournament. All right. And the ending of that tournament made it feel like it was a great tournament, but it wasn't. But Joey's ending, knocking that dude out with the hook kick, was epic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Joe, wasn't there some?
Let me tell you,
there was some trash talk that happened after that happened, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Joey hook kicks the guy, knocks him out. And what happened after that?
In the ring, the brother comes. It's Junior, but even that was controversial for me. But the brother came running in the ring to make sure he was okay, and he started looking at Joey, going, "I'll fight you. I'll fight you right now. I'll fight you." And Joey's big mouth father said, "Go get your checkbook. We'll fight you right now."
Yes.
Joey's like, "Dad, come on, man. Dad, come on. Don't. I'm like, go get your checkbook right now. We'll fight right now."
Yeah.
And after that, actually, some Pride guys were calling Joey and wanted Joey to fight Pride, and he didn't want nothing to do with it. Joey's a nice guy. Joey's a sweetheart, man. He's kind.
Joey's awesome, dude.
He's a freaking DJ, and he's a good DJ too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's a, you know what he is? He's a great father. His kids mean everything to him, and
awesome.
You know what? That's a compliment to me, because that I couldn't ask for anything more than that. Dude, I want him to stay in karate. I do, but you know what? He's a great dad, a great husband. All my kids, I gotta say, I'm really proud of my kids.
So how many kids does Joey have?
Joey has 2 boys.
He's got 2 boys. Now, does Jessica? What's Jessica's?
Jessica has not married, no kids.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, which you guys probably don't know, she has 2 kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the female Joe Greenhalgh. But Joey has a little boy named after me. He is just like me. He is. He's 5 years old. I bought him a quad. He drives a quad. He's got a snowmobile. He's a crazy little kid, man. Yeah.
Love it.
So Joey's, I'm very proud of my kids. My kids have done great.
That's awesome.
And that's what you really want. You want your kids to be able to take care of themselves, and
Yeah. I mean, I've always, again, as soon as I got really into the NASCA circuit, Joey, like I said, we were coming up as black belts around the same time. Like either I came up first and him the next year, or around that same time. And so we were always, I think it's pretty much every other year. I think he's a year older than me. So we were always in the division every other year. And something that I always remember is just like, I would be fighting and you would be behind me, just, coaching me, helping me out. And that's something that, like, I didn't have a team or a school. I was doing it all on my own, pretty much, my mom and I. Like a lot of people in sport karate, like they're like, oh, let's try this NASCA thing or NBL thing or whatever. Right. What's great about sport karate is when you have people like you and like, Casey Marks and her mom and Butch that kind of did that for me as well. We're like, just stood up for you and stood behind you when you didn't have anybody. And that's what I think is the coolest thing about our sport. My parents at the karate school, they just say it's the only sport where you could cheer for the people you're going against. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Have a friendship with someone you're going against, and it's really cool. Now, does that mean we're not going head and head to each other and trying to beat each other? Yeah. But after, like, that's what's, I think, is the best thing. I love it, and that's what's kept me in it for so long. Forever.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be in martial arts, I don't think, without sport karate. I think,
Another thing I think is disappearing is the rivalries.
Yeah.
There's no rivalries anymore. Everybody's too friendly, and that's why, my guys, when I go to the ring, I tell them, don't talk to these guys. I don't want you talking to him. Don't shake his hand. We're not here for that. We're here to fight. We're here to win.
Yeah.
So after the fight's over, yeah, I can be your best friend. But before the fight goes on and while the fight's happening, you're my worst enemy, man. I hate you.
Right.
But
Right.
see, that's pretty important. That is really important to just keep them mentally stable. And I remember before, and we're going to get into this. Let's just get into this right after this, Joe. Is at one point NK, just because that's where I'm from, so that's what I identify with. We had nobody want us. We were just our own guys. And after a while, one guy picks one person up, one guy picks another person up. All of a sudden, it starts to happen. But before that happened, we didn't really talk to nobody. We were just with ourselves, so we didn't care. All right, we weren't supposed to win anything. No, we weren't supposed to win anything. Nobody liked us. Nobody wanted us to be. So when we went to the ring, we didn't have any other friends except for us. So that's all we had. All right, was just us. All we got.
Yep.
Now, you have had a few NK guys on your team over the years.
Yep, I have.
So you talked about Elias.
Yep.
You've had BJ Carnahan.
Yep.
You've had Jenny Johnson Blanchard.
Yep.
You've had, even back in the early 2000s, Todd Makowski and
great kid,
Grant Polachek.
Yeah.
And then later,
nice
I think probably one of the most talented ones was Ashley Dahlquist.
Yeah, Ashley. Nice family.
Great. Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
Another thing I really learned through all my years of sport martial arts is I used to look at the best competitors, and some of the best competitors come with some of the worst parents.
Yeah.
So I learned through the years that I would find nice parents that the kids were good and they could become better. Maybe not the best, but better. But nice parents that wanted to be a part of. See, I don't call us a team, we're a family.
Right.
Because we go out to eat together. We do a lot of things together. I mean, so yeah, I would always, in the beginning, I was always looking for the best. And you would learn real quick that some of these people are nothing but karate whores. And
yeah.
so I would learn, the more you gave them, the more they wanted. They just kept taking and taking and taking and taking. And you just get sick and tired of it because you really don't want to be a part of, this great thing that, at least I always thought I had a great thing. I still do. I think I have a great team and I have a great family. So yeah, I mean.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about. You mentioned him once before, but when as far as bringing in Jody and Raymond, so let's talk about Hugh. And even the kind of split off from there and starting his own thing.
So when Hugh joined, when did he join? Because I remember seeing him around in like 2000.
Yeah, I had Hugh's kid on my team, Dylan Smith.
Yeah, I remember him.
So what really happened up here in New England is anybody that was any good in the karate schools would all come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And all these karate guys were calling me, threatening me. You stole my students. You did this. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I had a student from Minnesota who went to the U of RI and went to your school and trained a few times. Do you remember Max? Max, he was a kid, Max Biala.
Yeah, I remember Max.
So why they getting all bent up? Yeah. I sent them. I was like, dude, go to them all.
Yeah. So, most of the good people that were good were looking for more. And if you're not going to give them more, they're going to go somewhere else. So they would come to me. And when the instructor would call me, I'd tell him, hey, listen, why don't you talk to him? I'll train him, keep him in your school, and maybe he can. No, you want him? You can have him. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll take him.
All right. Yeah.
What?
I'll take him. Yeah, I'll take him. You guys want to be like this? I'll take him. I can tell you, I picked up one of somebody's best fighters, and we went to a tournament, and the father said to the son, if you give this guy 1 point, I'm going to beat you up on the way home. And I heard about it. I was like, what? He really said that? I was like, okay, you want to do that? We play that. We beat the crap.
Wow.
Yeah, it's happened. Yeah, I've gotten in the ring not only for my own people, I've gone in the ring for other people. I've been at tournaments where somebody's getting shafted, and I'm the first one to go, "Hey," and I look right at him, "Knock it off! Don't even do this, man. You make us look bad. Don't do this."
Right.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, I've
So
seen
Yeah,
that
you've
several
done
times.
that.
Yeah.
Even sometimes just to give advice, and just tell someone like,
Yeah.
dude, you're just effing it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
did that to me. No, Joe, you did that to me. I remember it was like probably my second year really hitting the tournament. I'm doing pretty good, but I'm not winning divisions. In my forms divisions, I'm taking like second. I'm losing to Daniel Sterling, Anthony Atkins, and oh man, I'm thinking I'm gonna get him. And you were one of the judges, and you came up to me like, "You got no effing combos. You got no effing combos. What are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I guess I got no effing combos."
Oh man!
Well,
All
I
right.
like to give advice because
it's true.
I love to give advice. I mean, if you want to really get better, you should get advice from somebody.
Right.
You can't have an instructor or a coach that just goes around going, "Oh, you got shafted. Oh, they screwed. Oh, they didn't like." It's nice to get advice. Hey, what did I do wrong? What did you do? Yeah, your back leg was bent. Your kicks, you're not locking your kicks out. If you did this, if you had more combinations, whatever.
Yeah.
I always thought it was good. Parents always used to tell me, "I love you giving my people advice." But the instructors, they don't like it. I mean,
they don't like it. And I mean, there's leagues that tell you don't talk to them because you're going to piss off the instructor.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of local leagues out where I live in. Oh, don't go and do it. If they come to you, okay, but don't go to them.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen it. But I mean, my favorite is when I've judged with you before, you're just like, "Oh, your freaking stances suck." Like, everyone work on your stances. And we're talking like some 12, 13-year-old kids. It was true though. I just sat there like, "Yep,
right?
yeah."
I
agree with them.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so let's get back to Alex.
Okay,
Shut up.
let's
get back to Hugh. All right.
Okay. Well, there was a falling out between Jason Borelli and Joey when we were all together. And I told Hugh Smith at that point, "Joey's done. I'm done with this. We're not doing this anymore. I don't care. He's my son. I don't like what happened here." Joey says, "We're done. We're done." So, that was kind of like the splitting of that. And Hugh went to the All-Stars. Me and Hugh are not the same. We're not the same guy. We're not the same kind of person. Listen, I'll let you go. I'll let you hang yourself. I mean, I'm a type of person, and I'm an honest person, and it wasn't a good fit. That's all. And it was time for them to go. It was just time for them to go. I mean, Jotty and Raymond, I love them guys. Jotty Pension is great for this sport. Raymond is great for this sport. I don't think they get enough accolades for the things that they've done. Like Raymond, especially, he's out. Look what he's doing, right? You ever hear the name NASCA mentioned? Even Ross Levine, look what he's doing out there, right? Does NASCA do anything? Does NASCA put a robe on him? Does NASCA support him? And those are things that NASCA could do. And people go like, "Wow, look at that. He's a NASCA guy." What's NASCA? NASCA Sport Karate. You came from Sport Karate? Yeah, man. There are some Sport Karate fighters that'll whoop the snot out of most people, and they don't even think so. My kids do, like Brandon Ballou, the kid. He's the kindest boy in the world. I got him a full contact fight when he was 16 years old, and he fought a 21-year-old guy, Muay Thai fighter, and Brandon knocked him out with a side kick in the second round. And,
love it.
Damn.
But again, I had parents that believed in me and let me do my thing because they see what I did with Joey. But but Hugh just I think the only really sponsor out there is JPM, which is a shame. I mean, I've gone after some, try to get another hair shampoo company, but they won't bite. I mean, Jason Chen's done a lot for our sport, a lot for our sport.
Yeah, a lot.
Which goes unnoticed. Top 10 is starting to do some, but there aren't many people out there that are getting full rides on everything they're doing. Trust me, they're not.
No.
Well, absolutely. I think you're right. And when you said a couple times when you said, Jotty doesn't get as much respect. I'm gonna like word it differently.
Yeah.
Respect that he deserves.
Yep.
Raymond doesn't get as much respect as he deserves for what they've done for our sport. I think you're absolutely right. I think they're smarter than people think they are. As far as martial arts, I think when people look at them and they think, "Oh, you're just so physically gifted that you can do that," and I think that's almost a disrespect, because what that disrespects is what their intellect is and all the hard work that they put into it. Now, they're really freaking smart.
Jotty plays 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
yeah.
People see like Raymond and Jotty, and they think they're arrogant and cocky. And you know what? When you really meet them, the real guys, they are real nice people. They are kind, help you. They're what the sport is about.
Yeah. I mean, Jotty's an amazing business person as well. I mean, super smart. I mean, he knows what he's doing. And Raymond too.
Yeah, both of them. I mean, there are a few of them out there.
Yeah.
I think so.
Me and you didn't have a good fit. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. No, we wanted to get into that, because that was kind of the height of Straight Up at one point. Was that, and at the other time, a lot of people were so focused on Raymond and Jason and Joey and that team. Yeah. But like we said, you had Mark Canizzato, you had Sammy, you had Anthony Atkins, you had Kim, you had an amazing team. I mean, you had Mike Welch, Jeff Spritko, all of those guys, man. I mean, and there's so many more that we're forgetting about. Yeah. So it was a great team, and like when CJB ended, everyone's like, "Oh, so are you gonna go to Straight Up? Or you gonna?" I'm like, dude, he's got enough people. He don't need anybody else.
But it almost just feels like you're constantly recruiting, which is a good thing to do no matter what business you have. Constantly be recruiting for your business. Yep. But it just really kind of seems like you're John Calipari just recruiting for the next blue chip athlete.
Wow.
Well,
because
look at Bailey.
Yep.
That boy turned into
how many big time like young superstars came out, but you already had them when they were juniors. We talked about Chelsea. We talked about now Bailey. Mark Canizzato was one of them.
Yeah.
Sammy.
Kim Doe was already a made man, but I feel like most of his competition was with you. Like you just mentioned, Sammy Vasquez.
His comeback as an adult. As an adult, he was Straight Up pretty much. Yeah. So
exactly.
All the whole time. He was supposed to go to JPM. That's where he was supposed to go.
Right. Yeah.
And he did something at Charlie Lee's tournament. He got some bad scores or something. He took off his belt and threw his belt. He was mad. But he wasn't mad about the scores. He was mad about his performance. But JPM didn't pick him up. And I was like, I think you're a great guy. I'd love to have you on my team. Yeah. And Kim ended up living in my home. And a lot of those people, they come to me and train with me. I mean, it's not just karate. It's life. It's life lesson.
Absolutely. And it did. The list just goes on and on. Oh, I missed a couple of NK guys that I forgot about. Two of my best friends, Troy Sexton and Joe Boone. You had them. Oh my gosh, those are my homies.
Those guys were a blast. I had more fun with those guys. Joe Boone is hilarious. They're all great people. Not a bad one. There's not a bad one out there. I'm telling you, they're all good people.
Okay. I think we're gonna go into our competitors of the week.
Okay.
And I would love your input on who our competitors of the week are. You might see a trend or a theme into our competitors. Jeff, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So mine is Sammy Vasquez. So Sammy Vasquez, one of my favorite competitors. I was older than him, but as a junior, it was like everybody was watching him and Matt Emming go at it. You know what I mean? And it was so much fun. And he was doing things that people weren't doing. He was intense. You know, he took kind of what several of us were doing years ago, that intensity, to a whole nother level. And but at the same time, the kid could fight. Like, he was knocking people out and everything.
You remember at I forget what tournament it was, but Sammy lead leg hook kicked the kid, knocked the kid out, and they wouldn't give Sammy the point. They said he put his hand down. We went to the video. He never put his hand down.
No, he didn't at all. Yeah, that's
man.
one of the best videos ever. That was crazy. That hook kick was insane.
And he was still wearing his form uniform.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't even wearing a fighting uniform.
And then Kim Doe at the Battle of Atlanta doing a front flip
and
knocking that guy out.
God,
We've talked about that one a few times.
And he did it twice
we were
at
both
the same
right
tournament,
there.
too. He did it in 2000 and 2002. It was just crazy. Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
And you know what? They weren't just on my team. They definitely were part of my family. I mean, I've had close relations with all of them. I mean, again, I'm more of a family guy than I am anything else. But Sammy didn't have a dad, and Sammy's doing great things too. He's doing stunt work, and Kim's doing production stuff, and it's very
when Sammy got into doing more of the tricking thing, and I got to sit and talk to him, he was like feared in the tricking community. It was really funny because they knew if they pissed him off, he would really mess them up. And a lot of those guys didn't know what to do because they were not like that. And it was just so funny hearing the stories. Like, Jeff, this is what happened, man. I'm like, all right, okay. Oh man, that's what I always. Yeah, and I mean, he would challenge people and tell them no, that was crap, and it was just. I mean, it was great. You knew you were gonna get an intense. Like he reminded me a bunch of like of Butch Marks.
That's exactly what I was thinking
of that attitude, and so it was cool.
Butch is doing great too.
He's doing real good.
Yep, jiu-jitsu and got a family and yeah. All right, Alex, I'm dying to hear this. Go ahead.
Oh, do you? Okay. My competitor of the week is Robbie Lavoie.
Oh, Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie. You see the theme, Joe? You see the theme?
Man, you know what? He's another one. I compete against him, but me and him have mad love for each other. I'm very close to Robbie. He was on my team for the longest time.
Long time.
And he left with you, and I have no hard feelings about that. I have none whatsoever. Let me just tell you, I still love the boy. He loves me. I mean, we love each other, and he's a great competitor too.
So the first time I saw Robbie competing, I saw him competing, and he was a junior, and it was the Diamond Nationals in 2002.
Probably
and
so.
I had heard about him, and one of my students had to fight him in the eliminations, and he was like, dude, I got to fight this guy. And I'm like, it's a big deal. When we fought straight up guys before, it's just, they're good, whatever. You just got to fight, man. And he goes, no, man, you don't know. I'm like, well, whatever. Just go out there. And the thing about Robbie at the time is Robbie's not tall. Okay.
No.
All right.
He's a big man though. Trust me.
Spoiler alert. He's not tall. All right. He's not sneaking up on anybody anymore. Right. But at the time, people would they wouldn't take him seriously right away. And so you're down 3-0 to Robbie before you even know what's happening. Right. That's just straight up. That's just the real. No pun intended. But that's real. So he's telling me this kid. Okay. So his kid's name that I'm coaching is from my high school. His name's Jason Montgomery. Jason's his eyes are like big time. He's as big as a deer, like seeing headlights. Right. He's like, oh, I got to fight this guy. I'm like, dude, big deal. Go after him. Right. Sure enough, he's down 3-0. And he's like, shit you not. Shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. All right. Turns to me, looks me dead in the eyes and goes, damn, that guy's fast. Now I got to pump him up. I'm like, man, you're fast. I'll punch him in the chest. I'm like, man, you're fast. Get back out there. Fight him. My brother is standing right next to me. And I'm like, damn, that guy's fast. Right? He turns around and I'm like, damn, that guy's fast. Jason somehow ekes out this win. And I'm like, I turn to my brother. I'm like, I don't even know how the hell that happened.
What's a good thing about Robbie? Robbie would be standing on the line, and I would yell, Robbie, ridge hand him. He would just shake his head, and he would just come across the ring with a ridge hand. It
was so nasty.
Man.
God. It was crazy.
That's another thing I love about coaching is I love the ridge hand. Look at the ridge hand right there. Look at that ridge hand. Bang. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
All right,
so the theme of our competitors of the week is that we use straight up competitors. Right. I have a question, Joe. Who's somebody you never had on your team that you really thought about? And you're like, you know what? That would have been great. I really wish that would have been fun or great. I wish I would have had this person on my team.
Trevor Nash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Trevor Nash. Man,
that would have been unfair. I
could have had that man. He'd have been a killer.
and see, Joe had a bunch of his students. You know, he had a bunch of people from his team from his school on your team at times, right? Or several.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I loved Chelsea too. I loved having Chelsea on my team. She was awesome. A great person to coach. She was great coaching.
Right.
Yeah, me and her would I'll give you a real quick one. Before Nicole Pelt was on my team, she did over on the other side, and Chelsea's got to fight. Chelsea's on my team. Nicole's on Paul Mitchell, right? Yeah. So I'm telling Chelsea, I go, hey, listen, don't listen to anything I'm telling you right now. I go, okay. She goes, yeah, okay. So I'm standing. I go, every time she picks up her leg and I'm moving her arm, I go on to the leg and hit her. And Chelsea, okay, she's shaking her head. And Nicole and Chris, and I'm like, pay attention. So every time she's pumping her leg and I move my hand like this, every time she's pumping her leg, you go under her leg and hit her with the front hand. She's like, okay, I'll do that. Nicole went to pick up her leg and kick at Chelsea for a little bit. And Chelsea started to act like she was going to Nicole never picked her leg up again. Chelsea beat her up.
You Jedi mind tricked her.
That's right. Oh, that's hilarious.
You Jedi mind tricked her.
No. When I'm coaching, I always look over the other coach and see what they're saying. That's probably shouldn't be telling you that, but I'll look over and see what a coach is telling somebody to do, body punch. And I tell them, listen, they're going to body punch. They come with a body punch. Be prepared for this. I do that.
Oh, I love
call me Bill Belichick.
I love it.
If I could use cameras, I would.
Yeah,
that is.
Patriot. Yep,
that's the Patriot way.
All right,
oh
Travis.
my goodness.
Oh man.
Listen, Travis, I gotta say this. Travis, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Travis?
Yo.
So that's how honest I am. I saw when you were on JPM, you fought my son Joe, and you lost to him. You never lost that fight. You should have won that fight. I watched the fight. The judging was horrible. I probably shouldn't say that, but I had mad respect for you. But I watched you fight Joey. You were on JPM, and you definitely beat Joey. But Joey,
what fight is this?
Joey was on JPM at the time. Joey never wanted to go on any other team. He didn't want to be on CJB. He didn't want to be on Straight Up. And the thing he didn't understand was his father just wanted. I always thought, what's best for Joey? You know, that's what I always did. But yeah, Travis, I've always wanted to tell you that. But
well, you know, the thing about that is when I first got on Paul Mitchell, I think I lost the first 3 tournaments. I think I lost to BJ. I think I lost to Joey. And I lost to somebody else. And I remember my uncle just looking at me and said, "You paying your dues right now." He was like, "Just keep training, keep fighting. You just paying your dues." Because I was like, I don't know. He was like, "Just you're paying your dues. It's just what's something you got to go through." And I was like, all right.
And that's a terrible thing because Joey had to pay his dues many times, like Alex or Jeff. Like any of these other people, you got to pay your dues. I mean, I see some of these big guys get body points, and I'm like, didn't even touch him. How the hell did he get a point for that? He didn't even touch him, man. And I mean, is it fast? It's fast. Sport karate fighting is the fastest thing out there right now. And believe me, you got to get the right people doing it. They don't have to be black belts, but you got to get the right people doing it, judging it, to make it good. And listen, I've said this before. I'll stand by it all the time. Give me one other good point fighting judge. There's 2 judges, and let him call a point. Let me call a point. If one goes one way, one goes the other, it's a clash. If I point one way and he don't see it, it's a point. You have to trust somebody that really, instead of having people there that aren't qualified to do the job and making bad calls. You're
Correct.
standing holding like, oh, I don't. Oh, okay, I'll give it over here because that guy did. No. I take
No.
Or get intimidated.
Yes,
Oh,
I take
all the
two
time.
good point fighting judges all the time. I
Yep.
mean, listen, I'm very much an intimidator when I'm coaching, but when I'm in the center, I'm not going to listen to you at all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I talked about, I mean, still, when I said this about having one judge, Alex and Travis' eyes got
do that.
huge.
Joe,
And
Jeff
Joe
wants
I'll
to
do it
have
anytime you want.
one judge.
Alex, he
I'll do
agrees
it.
with me. Yeah, he
No,
agrees
that's
with me.
lunacy.
And I'll pick the winner. Absolutely.
That's lunacy.
I
No.
will pick the winner.
What's so
Absolutely.
funny is that Alex thought that everyone would call me out and say that I was stupid. 80% of the people agree with me.
Absolutely.
They did
Just-
too.
I'll sit down. I'll sit down anytime, all by myself. Oh, what happened?
He actually left.
So, what's going on here?
He
That's
actually
lunacy.
left.
On purpose, or he messed up something.
I
when he saw
messed
that
up. I
extra
didn't do
stuff.
that on purpose.
We
So I
can't
would sit
see
down. Listen, I would sit down anytime and judge the best contemporary or creative, extreme. Traditional, I'm not the best. Because this, especially when the forms are all the same, it's hard to decide exactly that particular move. But anything like creative, well, no, I don't want to get into that. Creative. There's no more creative, anyways. There's no more music either.
Nope. Nope.
It's
It's
again.
all, yeah.
There's another area if you want to take the sport to another level. You all have to have compulsory moves. Everybody has to have a certain kick combination. Everybody. I mean,
Yep.
you're doing creative. You got to have at least a 4 or 5 kick combination. You need to have. You know what I'm saying? You need to have these specific things.
Yep.
To involve the sport. The music, it has to be somewhat choreographed. Whether you have to put sounds in
Yeah.
or not, it has to be choreographed.
And these are all things that were set
You're
up
like echoing
before. Yeah.
what we've said. The only problem
Yeah.
is you've
Where are you?
echoed both of what we've said. We don't agree with each other. Okay, so Joe, I've said I think we need to do away with the extreme and the creative and go
no.
back to when we called it
no.
open.
No, not at all.
Wait a
I
minute.
think we need to make rules. I think we need to make rules and regulations, and it has to be compulsory rules for creative, and it has to be. I see people doing aerial in extreme division. That's all they do, and they're getting 999. I'm like, I'm not
Right, that's-
And I tell
yeah.
the judges, I say I'm giving 6s. They're like, oh Joe, you can't do that. I go, don't tell me I can't do it because I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So this year I was at a tournament, and the number 1 girl in the division, and she's very well known. She comes up to do extreme, and I'm watching her. She does not one extreme move, and I go, I'm disqualifying her. And the 2 judges are like, you can't disqualify her. I go, what do you mean? You know who that is? I go, I know who it is. Well, why don't we just give her a 997? I'm like, no, she's being disqualified. And the girl standing there, and yeah, I did. I disqualified. I stood up. I said, I'm sorry, but I have to disqualify.
Wait a minute. She didn't do a single extreme move?
No, not one.
Wow.
See that's just crazy.
Right.
Because if that same
you know what she said? She thought she was in the creative division.
Oh yeah.
BS.
So, it's whatever. Yeah, exactly, right? So,
man.
they were like, let's give her 997 because there's only 3 girls. I go, no, she's not getting 3rd place. She's the number 1 competitor.
That's not fair. Because if she's the number 1 competitor, she's going to keep getting points.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the year, but she didn't do anything worthy of those points because she didn't compete within the rules of competition.
Exactly. Again, another thing.
That's
Same
fair.
thing this year. Hey, same thing this year. Girl gets up, does the 2 little girls, 9 and under division. I'm sorry, right? The last thing I want to do is do this. But first girl gets up, she drops her bow, she bows out. Next girl comes up, she's doing sword. I'm like, okay. So she pulls the sword out, takes her sheet, and she throws it. And it rolls all the way out of the ring. And I'm sitting there with my arms folded. I go, she's disqualified. And they're all like, what?
What?
No. And I'm like, she's disqualified. No. So while the girl is doing her form, I'm looking at the father and I'm shaking my head. He's like, what? So I look over and I see one of the arbitrators. I'm like, come here. I go, I want to ask you a question. What happens if the sheet goes out of the ring? Oh, they disqualify. The girl gets done. I stand up. I go, I'm really sorry, but you threw your sheet out of the ring. You're disqualified. He starts crying. The father comes in the ring. I'm like, listen, rules are rules. You and this little girl right here that dropped her bow are fighting for a title. I said, I'm not going to give your daughter first place and this girl disqualified when you're fighting for titles here. You two girls have been going head to head all year long. I said, I'm not going to do that. I said, you're both disqualified. Yeah. So, yeah, that's like, again, you just play by the rules, man. Play by the
Yeah,
rules.
no, I agree. Yeah, I mean,
just,
and I've said this for a long time, I mean, that's why I chose to do my tournament, originally with the NBL, because there were rules that were like that. Now,
yeah.
one of the things that I hated was when we got rid of those things, like having to do 3 kicks and having to do a certain amount of hand combos and having to do this and that. It kept it on an even playing field.
I
hated the 3 kicks.
Yeah. You never went to the NBL anyway, so what are you complaining
It
about?
always
you never showed up at a
it
tournament.
looks silly. Jeff, honestly.
What looks silly?
Thing looks silly.
Anyways.
Yeah.
You're not much of a forms person.
Yeah.
Oh!
Burn.
What, are you going to say you are?
No, I'm just saying it's a burn. I'm 20 years removed from being good at that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
How old? I'm going to be 39 this year.
Oh yeah, you old. 39.
What in the world?
39, man.
You're only 39, you big baby. Stop. Okay, what's next? Come on, let's go.
All right, I'm going to do this. All right, so we're going to do I'm going to name someone's name, and you can do a short answer. You can do one word. I don't care. If you want to get into
care what I say?
No, I don't care what you say.
Okay. Rapid fire.
All right. Yep, rapid fire. All right. Don Rodriguez.
Smart man. I learned a lot from him. People think we're enemies, but we're kind of really best friends.
Okay.
If that man called me and said, Joe, I need your help right now, I'd be there in a heartbeat. Yeah, great man. Great for the sport. Got a lot for the sport.
I know we've talked about these two. You already said them, so I'm not going to mention. But again, Jody and Raymond, just kind of like what you said already, right? Just amazing what they've done for the sport. All right, the next one, Larry Carnahan.
Amazing.
Larry Carnahan.
Larry Carnahan, great man, honest, loves his sport, but again, loves the sport.
All right, you can.
I'm very close. Listen, I'm very close to Larry too. I mean,
I know.
I'm very close to him.
All right, I'm gonna get this one. You can burn him all you want because everyone else does. But Boy Slidell.
I think Boy Slidell in the very beginning was trying to create the greatest thing, and I think if Boyce would have allowed help, he'd have had the best league in the world.
Yeah.
But
all right.
People's egos get in the way, and they think they're everybody, and you learn real quick that you're not the best at everything.
All right, Steve Babcock.
Good man. He's a good man. He's out sailing all the time. I've had run-ins with Steve, but again, after it's over, it's always been over. Always.
Right.
I've been face-to-face with him. There's a few guys, but once it's over, for me anyways, it's over. It takes them a little time to warm back up to me, but Steve's a great man. Great for the sport. Done a lot for Paul Mitchell. Done a lot.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
That is true.
Which means he's done a lot for our sport.
Right. Correct. Yeah, a lot for our sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bob Leiker.
Very competitive guy. He's a good man.
Okay. All right.
Again, I don't. There are a lot of things I don't like about some people, but he's a good man. He's definitely a good man.
Okay. Awesome.
Listen, like everybody else, we're all doing what we think is best for our sport.
Correct.
So,
everybody's got different opinions on it and how they do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. We'll get into some competitors. Joey Castro.
Me and Joey are really good friends. He's always asked me, Mr. G, what do you think? He's always told me, I respect your opinion. I mean, I've judged him many times. And can I do the forms that he does? I can't. Can I judge him? Have I judged him against other people and given it to other people? I have, and I've specifically wore. I do war. Sometimes if I got good competitors, you'll see me lean forward on my chair instead of sitting back like everybody else, and I'm paying attention. I am looking for the mistakes, and I've got boom, it's this, it's that. Your back foot was this. Your heels off the ground. Da da da. Because really, they're all they're all good competitors, right? But you gotta find the mistake.
Yeah.
That's what makes the champion, right? So,
Right.
come on, keep going. Come on. I'm
all right.
I'm going after you, Jeff, by the way.
All right. I have a few more, and then you can go. Yeah. So Bailey Murphy.
A lot of you guys don't know Bailey that well. You don't know him. I know him personally. I know his mom personally. They've been nothing but loyal to me. He's probably the first person that's ever been on my team. When somebody approached him, called me up, told me, "Yo, Mr. G, these people are calling me. I told them to call you." I'm like, "Well, what do you want to do, Bailey?" He goes, "I'm not going anywhere." And I'm like, "Wow." And then his mom, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a pretty soft-hearted person. You guys, I know some of you know I'm soft-hearted, but
you are.
Bailey and his mom are a class act, man.
That's awesome.
Bailey was our first guest on the show.
Bailey is going to get nothing but greatness out of his life. And you know what? That's a great thing from his mom. His mom did that. She was very strict with him, and but no, absolutely.
All right, let's hear about Brandon Ballou.
Brandon's my son.
Yeah.
I would do anything for Brandon. I would give him my heart if he needed it. He's been with me again. It's not about karate, right? I mean,
right.
I love that boy to death. He is my son. Trust me. Just a quick little thing. Brandon's parents are very fussy about food. They they don't eat a lot of good foods. But me, I love sushi. I love all the good stuff. And while Brandon's been with me, Brandon, like we go out to Los Angeles, we go out to we go to Kim Do, we go eat shrimp head soup in sushi places, and and Brandon would be like, Brandon eats anything. And Brandon is definitely a tough man. You don't want to mess with that boy. He's the sweetest guy. Don't mess with him.
Right. All right. Jason Borelli.
Great kicker.
The greatest kicker.
I don't know. I don't know about the greatest kicker. What? He had a great axe kick. I think Jeff Dawson's probably one of the best kickers out there.
Well, Jeff is the best for forms. Jason's the best for fighting.
Well, we weren't talking about forms of fighting. We were talking about kicking, Alex. Maybe you should
Goodness. Okay, Joe.
Alex, maybe you should be drinking ginger ale, Alex. Huh? Anyways, go ahead. Next. Come
on. Mike Conroy.
A lot like me, very passionate about what he does. Good man. Really, I mean, he loves the sport. He's a doer guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't stand around, and he's a doer. He's not scared of people.
No. And the same way as you, like loyalty is what, because we had this conversation last week too. Him and I did on a phone call. It was about, do you remember why we had to quit, reboot Elite? Because we had so many people that were just wanting this and this and this. And, how about the people that are loyal, Yep.
Karate horse.
Yep.
That's
all right, Alex.
Okay. All right. I have a few of them. Mark Canonizato.
Mark's another one, part of my family, really, to be honest with you. I spent many, many years with Mark and his father. His father's a strict instructor.
He's a great dude.
William did a lot. William's a great man. Mark is a good man. He's got a son. He's a good man. They're good people. Good people. People that I want to be a part of my life. Yes.
All right. Here's another Mark. Mark Nadeau.
Mark, he was a lot of talent, but sometimes you go the wrong way or you go down. There's a road you walk on or a fence you walk on. You either get on that right side of that fence or get on the wrong side of the fence. Some people want to ride in the middle, and you can't ride in the middle. You have to walk one way or another. Very talented, very good, nice kid, great kid. I haven't seen him in many, many years, but yeah, I hope he's doing well. Yeah. Come on, bring it.
Justice Lawrence.
Oh my God, Justice Lawrence. Another great kicker, man.
God, so kicker. Good. God.
And he's a lucky man.
Yeah.
Does he live in the Mormon country?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's that.
Next.
All right. Mindy Kelly.
Mindy Kelly. Wow, that's way back. Mindy was a forms person. I really don't know Mindy that well, but she was a good kid. She was always good, very talented person. But I think she was a forms weapons person only. I don't think she ever fought.
No,
she never
just forms. Just forms.
Just forms. Okay.
Yep.
Bring it, Alex. Let's go.
Okay. Richard Plowden.
Very intelligent man. Again, very passionate about his sport. Very loyal. No matter who he's with, he's loyal. He coaches differently than me. He's a lot quieter than I am, which I have mad respect for Richard. I watch him all the time too. I mean, listen, in the very beginning of my coaching years, I would always be like Don and but now I've learned from, you learn from watching people that I learned real quick, like halfway through my life of karate, that parents would always tell me, "Oh, he fights better when you're there. Oh, she fights better when you're there." And I'm like, listen, they need to be able to fight when I'm not there. And I don't really do much yelling anymore. I'll sit in the ring and cheer them on, or I'll try to, give them some ideas, but I like to let them fight. I try not to be so much of the coach. I try to be, just part of, like I'll tell Bailey, you'll hear me tell Bailey, faster. Come on, faster. Go faster than that, Bailey. Fast. Brandon, stop standing on the line. Move to the side. And I do stuff like that. I great man. Richard's great for the sport.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't say enough good about him. Come on.
Chance Turner.
Who?
Chance Turner.
Well. Yeah, I'll give you the real short of this. I watched Chance fight. Was going to pick him up on my team. Not only him, was Chance, and who's the other guy from Chicago?
Chad Cannon?
No. From Chicago. Long legs. What's his name?
Chicago.
Travis. Or maybe he's not from Chicago. Maybe he's from Michigan or something.
What? Jamon?
Ross Cook? Jamon Wiggins?
No. Jamon Wiggins.
Yeah, Jamon.
Another one, right? I fly them up to my house, pay for their flights, stay at my home, take them to NBL Super Grands. I pay for their fighting divisions, and they come up to me and they tell me, "Oh, I'd like to get in the next division." I'm like, "Well, go ahead." And they're like, "We ain't got no money." I'm like, "F you." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "You got no money? You came all the way from Texas. You came all the way from wherever you were. You got no money?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "I guess we know where you're going, home." And that was the end of that.
Yeah, I remember hearing that story.
Yeah.
I was there. Yeah.
You got no money. You came all this way. I flew you up. I brought you here. I paid for your hotel room. You're not even on my team. I did those things, and you're telling me you didn't bring the extra $20? Okay. Good for you. Good luck to you. I wish you guys the best. Yeah. Okay, next. Keep going.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Alan Davies.
Really? Alan Davies, very talented, very, very talented. Waste of talent. He's doing. I know he had a bout with cancer. I know he's doing well. He was on my team, but I had some run-ins with his mom or his aunt. I had run-ins with them. Always having run-ins with them about more. No, more. No, it doesn't work. Great kid.
Right.
Nice kid. Very talented. Come on. Shoot.
All right, this might be a little bit of the same. BJ Carnahan.
I love BJ to death. But I'm too close to Larry, and but I love BJ to death. Sometimes kids think they're better, or they think they're smarter than their parents, and they learn later on in life that, hey, you know what? Maybe I should listen to my parents. That's about all I'm going to say about it. I love him too, though. I love him to death. If he called me, I'd do anything for him. Anything.
I'm gonna do one more.
Go.
Daniel Sterling, because I can't believe that's one that I forgot about. That was
boom. Good one.
Daniel Sterling. I'll give you the short of that one.
Yes, sir.
Went to Queens, picked him up, brought him to my home. He lived in my house. I trained him. I let him teach in my school. I paid for him to go everywhere. And the deal was black top, purple top, white pants. That was the deal. And a couple tournaments he went without me, and he put on a black top. And he came home, and I told him, "What's with the black top?" He said, I like to wear black. I go, no. I'm paying for you. I'm paying for your food, your clothes, I'm paying for everything that you have. You're not going to do this to me. You need to go. So he left and he went with you, and it was the end of that story. He's a good guy. Dan is a nice guy. But, again, when you grow up, you'll learn. When you grow up, you'll learn. You never bite the hand that feeds you. You learn.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, that's good. All right.
Waiting for
I'm
this
good
one
there.
particular person you people to ask me about. Okay, so nobody's going to ask me about Jackson Rudolph.
All right, let's do it.
Tell me about Jackson
Okay.
Rudolph.
So I hear so many people tell me, "Oh, he's nothing but a baton twirler. He's nothing but this. He's nothing but that." And you know what I tell these people? I tell them, "Have you ever counted how many strikes he does? Have you ever sat in front and watched?
It goes too fast for them to count.
That boy is so talented with that bow. Are his stances perfect? Nah, they're not. I've seen 9, 10 people in the division, all 9 of them drop or fumble or really mess up. And that boy come up and do the whole routine full out. And I have mad respect for his bow. His traditional sucks, but I have mad respect for that kid's bow. He's unbelievable with that bow. And he's done a lot for sport karate, whether anybody knows it or not.
Yes.
He's a spokesperson for Century now, and and I make the Century bows.
There you go.
You make the Century bows?
Yeah.
He makes every bow.
I make everybody's bows.
Yep, he does. People don't know that, right?
I do.
So wait, I
ATA.
actually want to talk about that. So I don't know if this is a good. Wait. I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry, Joe.
That's all right.
Okay. I specifically remember having a conversation with you when I saw the switchblade commas, and I'm like,
Catanzaro.
"Yep." And I remember looking at this, thinking, "Is this a real weapon? Is this a thing?"
Yeah.
And then later, it wasn't too long after that. I mean, I remember looking, and your commas had what almost looked like a hatchet, and I'm like,
I had made those too.
Yeah.
What? And I asked him, like, what is this? And you were just joking with me, and you're like, I think of ways to make money. And you just joke. we just had a little joke going back and forth. And I'm like, but seriously, though, I've never seen anything that creative when it came to weapons. I had no idea you were trying to burn karate tournaments down with your bow forms. What?
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I even put that little blade on the bottom of those nunchucks for Matt Emming and Jeremy Epstein. And people were asking me, can you make me a pair? I'm like, no. They're like, why not? I'm like, have you seen their eyes? No, I'm not making that for you. You'll sue me. I mean, I have my insurance bills are ridiculous, to be honest with you. But no, I won't do that. There's some things I just won't do.
You put blades on the end of the nunchucks?
Yeah. Ask Matt, Jeremy, ask what happened to their eyes. They cut themselves,
No.
Yeah.
They cut their eye?
Yeah, they like top of their eye, side of their eye, because they hit it with the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't like gashed them open, just like a little cut.
Wow.
We're not making these.
That's awesome.
And I get them people ask me all the time, can you put a blade on it? Nope, not doing it. Call somebody else.
Yep.
Call my competitors. Let them do it for you.
All right. To finish this up, we'll go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
What's that martial arts supply world like, man? I mean, what is the next thing? Do you feel like, are they really being involved in the sport? We talked about a few sponsors that are kind of, like, what do you think is going to be the future of it, as far as, like, where are we looking as far as that goes?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Most of the competitors don't have a clue when it comes to it. So let us know.
Are you asking me about sponsorship and stuff like that? What are you
Everything.
asking?
Well, all right. I guess I kind of went all over the place.
D, all of the above.
Yeah.
So first off, the New England
hold on.
be a downtrend.
Say that again.
First off, the New England Open, I got out for a couple reasons. I had said the year before, even before whatever happened with me, I said that sport karate is going to have a downward trend because I was talking to a lot of parents and their teams weren't coming back. And I kept telling these guys, listen, these teams aren't coming back. Oh, they'll be back. They're not coming back. I'm telling you, they're going to go off and they're going to do taekwondo. They're going to go off. No, they're coming back. I'm like, no, they're not. And then whatever happened with the date thing with my tournament, I was just like, that's it, I'm done. And sure enough, I still see what I see now is I see regional tournaments growing. I see just world tournaments becoming just the elite. Because number one, we have lousy judges for underbelts, and they're the ones you should get the best judges.
Yep.
They only get 5 points. We get 2 minutes. You're telling me that you're going to charge a kid $95 to fly from Michigan to come to Florida and do a 5-point match with lousy judges, lose the fight, and go home. Spend $1,000. Who the
And then
hell
never
is
come
doing
back
that?
again.
Yeah,
And they'll
it's
never
crazy.
come back again. Never. That's why I've told you about the creative, the extreme thing. I believe that it needs to be fixed. Once it's fixed, I think number one, once it's fixed, you can use one judge.
Yeah.
Because you're going to look at the same flash kick. You're going to look at the same 540 kick. You're going to look at the same 3-kick combination. You're going to look at the same stand. You're going to look at the same thing.
And then they'll have their area to be creative and add,
exactly.
Yeah.
Which is another problem because you get no time to train anymore. The season runs in from one to the next to the next.
Right.
Last tournament's in December. This year we got 2 tournaments in December. U.S. Open it the week before Christmas. Woohoo! No, thank you.
Oh, I love it.
Well,
I'm a Christmas guy.
All right, Joe.
Yeah.
So Jeff had the wild one judge rule, which apparently you agree with.
I'll do it anytime you want.
My wild one is I say we have sponsorship backwards. I say we should sponsor kids, not adults.
Well, I'm going to disagree with that.
You got to sponsor the parents then.
Because what I've said is if you choose to sponsor me, you're choosing to pay a grown man's bills. However, if you sponsor this 13-year-old, they have no way to pay for themselves to go to this tournament. So this 13-year-old,
mommy and daddies.
Yeah,
exactly. So this 13-year-old, that cost is them times 3.
Okay, well, if
whereas
they were smart,
me, it's just
it'd only be the
me.
mom and the son, or the dad and the son if they were smart. But if they're not, well.
All right, so ultimately, you don't agree with me. You agree with Jeff.
No. I believe that here's where the first mistake went bad was when juniors started giving privates, and juniors were on stage all the time instead of the adults being on stage all the time.
Yes.
There was the first mistake. Because the adults are the ones that should be giving the privates and the seminars and when I had guys on my team, adults, I would go out of my way to get them, seminars and try to get them seminars at different schools. Hey, we're going to be here. Would you like to have a seminar? Blah, blah, blah. And now the kids are, just because they're number one in the 14, 15-year-old division, they're getting all these privates, and they're getting like $1.50 or $1.25 an hour. I'm like, are you guys out of your mind?
Yeah.
And you're Skyping for $150? Are these people? These parents are out of their mind. What are they going to do? Their children so that their kid wins? Hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. The sponsorship thing, in 30 years, I've never seen it get bigger, and I really don't think it is. I know there is a new sponsor out there, but is it a national corporate sponsor or is it a local franchise that's sponsoring it? I mean, I don't know that answer.
I don't know the details either. Yeah, you're right.
I would be I'd like to. I don't want to know either, but good for them. I'm glad for them. But there are guys out there like me, DKS. There are small teams out there that we spend our own money, to help kids or help even adults. I mean, yeah. I mean, again, kids with parents, they can be problems.
Yep.
Yeah, they can be problems.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that if Travis, for instance, could make himself, $50 a year doing karate tournaments and seminars and stuff, I think Travis would still be doing this stuff right now. And I just see that it went wrong, and instead of fixing it, they've just allowed it to keep going wrong.
Right.
And I see small regional tournaments growing because they're going to start giving away money. And why would I buy a ticket to California and go spend the hotel and go out there and I have to fight Raymond or Jack for $1,000 when I can stay right here in Rhode Island, go to a local event for $60 and make $500? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
Pretty soon you're going to start picking and choosing where you'll go. And so I just feel like the
I agree with that.
Thing what's that?
I agree with that. I think you're right on.
And I used to go up to Larry and say, "Hey, listen, you're going to hear some things." I said, "I'm going to start some trouble." Oh, Joe, we don't start no trouble. I'm like, no, we need to start some trouble. I mean, I'm going to tell my guys to beat the crap out of your guys. And I just want you to know, I'm not doing it out of anger or nothing. I just want to create rivalries. We don't have rivalries anymore. Travis doesn't hate Joey. Joey don't hate Travis. That sucks. I got to have Joey hating Travis or whoever. I mean, is Raymond good? Yeah, Raymond's good. Is Raymond beatable? Absolutely. We're all beatable. Every single one of us.
What was the last real rivalry that you remember?
My best one was Ocean State when I had Raymond and Jotty, and we beat them guys up. That was like the best thing ever. But I can also tell you that as juniors at Capital Classics, we used to fight straight up kids. Used to fight this. I think I forget the guy's name. The guy used to have a cane and rings on all of his fingers and.
Manny, yeah.
Well, they had their team.
No, that's who it is.
We were down by like 13 points, and Joey was my last guy. And I brought Joey up to the line. I slapped him in the face. I told him, "We're down 13 points. I need 20 points from you in 90 seconds. You understand me, Joey?" And Joey went out and put a whoop on the fighter, and they were threatening me with guns. "We're gonna shoot you. We're gonna take you outside. We're gonna shoot you." I'm like, "What? You're gonna shoot me? Are you kidding me?" Yeah, I had some words there. Juniors used to be
fantastic.
Great.
Junior teams are always fun.
Were always the best. They were a lot of fun, a lot of emotion. And that's the other thing, they don't want you standing around the ring. That's what all the emotion is, because everybody's a part of it. Everybody's a part of it. I mean, I've only seen like 2 times where things have gotten out of control. It was Empire State Nationals with Hakeem Alston and his team, and they had to call them the state troopers because it was just a big rumble. Right. And then out in Las Vegas, the girl's name was Mouse. Her father, what's his name?
Yeah, we were talking about last week. Yeah, Pops. Yeah, that's the Sherman Oaks story that Mike was telling last week.
Against Don Rodriguez.
Yeah, Don's team. Yeah.
That's the only 2 times I've really ever seen.
There's been a number of brawls. We had an episode early on all about brawling.
Yeah, I've seen both of those. No, it's not.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of a brawl? What's a brawl?
I remember one where it was a battle in 2003 where like.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, finally, in the moment, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the details of it.
It was in the Georgia Dome.
This one wasn't the Georgia Dome. This was 2003.
Oh, he's talking about 93, where it was like DKT and I think Metro or JPM on stage, and they were brawling off the stage.
There was a number of them. Jeff told us stories about how they were brawling outside behind dumpsters and stuff.
So what?
It was epic. For everybody listening right now, go back, search for the Brawling episode. It is quality entertainment.
Yeah,
Don't they do that in hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they
can't even kick anybody in the face.
Right,
but that's what we do though.
I don't know if they ever asked Raymond Daniels to be the center judge of a street fight,
That
but that's
was the
pretty
most
funny.
entertaining part.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
there.
And then you were there for the Bluegrass one where Brian
Oh, yeah.
Brian Plimple got hit with a nunchuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Lots
seen
of
a
good
lot.
stuff. Yeah.
I
All
mean,
right,
I've seen
Joe.
all
How
right.
do you want to end it? What do you want to say to
Yes.
wrap this up and let people know about just you and sport karate?
Let's do it like that. Right now, we'll give you a minute and a half,
Yeah.
2 minutes, whatever you want, right here. Your voicemail to the world, right here. Joe Greenhalgh. 1, 2,
kidding me,
3,
really?
go.
Listen, I love my sport. I know you guys do it. You wouldn't be doing what you're doing right now. There are kids out there that train all the time and need to be seen and need to be heard of. And there are people that this just isn't a sport to them. It's their livelihood, their life. You are. It's not about karate. It's about the person you become through this. And in this karate world, there are a lot of special people and all really good people. You see them fighting, and you go to the restaurant later on. They're all in the restaurant drinking beer and having laughs. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I love the sport. I love what it's done for me and my family. I enjoy what I do for a living. I'm very passionate about my weapons, and I'm very passionate about my team and my school, and I'm a very passionate person. I love what I do. Yeah, and I love this sport. So I
Awesome.
hope for nothing but the best of it.
Awesome, man. Well,
And
thank
thanks
you,
for
Joe.
having me on, man.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having me on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes,
Hey, when are
sir.
we going to get the New England Open back?
Next year. I'm coming back next year.
All
Nice.
right.
I already called Larry and told him I'm coming back next year.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm coming back next year.
That's a great way. Yeah, that's awesome.
Definitely going to make some waves, but too bad.
Good.
All right.
Hey, wait.
All right.
I know, because Jeff and I talked about this. The wheel. I think we talked about this.
Oh, the wheel?
The
Yeah.
super forms.
Yeah.
That might have been the coolest idea that you came up with.
Yes.
That was super exciting. Where did you even
Yeah.
come
Forms
up
is
with
cool.
that idea?
No, I was the guy. Listen, nobody even knows this, but first off, the wheel one. Number two, I was the first guy to do super fights.
Yep.
Number two, I was the first guy to do underbelt grands at my nighttime shows. That was the first time. I think super fights are needed still for adults. I think you need to have qualified officials. If you have qualified officials, super fights can be unbelievable. You can't have a 75-year-old man that wears glasses up on the stage judging Raymond Daniels and Trevor Nash.
Right.
You're out of your
No.
mind. You can't even get out of the way fast enough. Buddy, you better put a couple pairs of depends on. You just, yeah. It's a great sport, and again, I love the sport to death. I really do, with my heart, and I will
Awesome.
till I die. So
Yeah.
and I know that we've lost a few martial arts people.
Yes.
And my condolences to their families, and
Yeah.
it's sad.
Chris Pagan, we lost
Pagan.
him. Stephanie
Yeah, there's
Stephanie
been a
Pagan.
few of them.
Yeah, there's been a few.
Yeah,
And
my
I know
condolences to them.
a few on the positive side. Amy Lada and Young Wan pulled through the COVID-19 and everything, so they had that, and they just got released this week. So, it's a crazy time right now, but we just all support each other and pull together, and
Yeah, it's just a small portion of the karate world that's having a problem, but still, my condolences to all of them.
Yeah.
And I really don't think that the karate world will be back together this year. I think the fall is going to give us another hard shot. But me, you know what? I've had a great life, and I really don't. I still go out, and we go out. We have a good time, and we play. And I'm not staying in the house and becoming a little. I'm out playing, have a good time. People kick me out. You ain't got a mask. You can't say anything. I'm like, all right, see you later. Next. You can't do that.
Love it.
Yeah, now watch me.
No, we'll just plan for the karate tournaments 2021. That's just what's going to happen.
I really think 2020 is a shot, and I think that should be done. I know Battle's still on the books, and listen, if he's got it, I'm bringing mats and TVs, computers. I'm there. I mean, I'm there. I just think I don't think this. I think the fall's going to be bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish nothing but the best for everybody. I wish everybody good health, and that's it.
Awesome.
Hey, I wanna say this right before we go. Jeff, remember I mentioned my cousins. Remember, I'm always name dropping my family because it's
Oh yeah.
I don't know, that's part of my show. I can do whatever the fucking want to do, right? So,
Oh my God.
no, I mentioned my cousin Kirby and
Yes.
her
Yes.
husband Jake and their brand new baby Mac.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have great news. Last week, this time last week, their house burned down.
Right.
They're staying with Jake's grandparent, and the house burns down. And the only part of the house that burns down is the garage and the room above the garage. Well, that just happened to be the room they were staying in, and everything they own is completely gone.
Wow.
So, I mean, imagine they were already going through the coronavirus. No family can go see the baby. We can't see them at all. Right?
Yeah.
They're not that far from me. All right. They were just in Kenosha, Wisconsin, which is really like an hour and 15, hour and a half away from me right now. I've never seen Baby Mac. Never seen him. It's breaking our heart. And just because we can't. And then now take everything you own is completely gone except for what you have on your back. All right. So a friend of the family started a GoFundMe page. They have something going. They're trying to find a place to live. They're trying to regather different things. So anybody listening, there's a GoFundMe page out. Look at my page. Jeff, you shared it as well, right?
Yeah.
Jeff shared it as well. They're the Wagners, Kirby and Jake Wagner, Baby Mac S. Wagner. The GoFundMe page is, and everything from it is going completely to them so that they can restart and rebuild their entire lives. So I've known two people that have had their houses burned down. And the two things that they both said is they said, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And you wouldn't believe how many times I have to go to the store. I have to go to the store every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two things they both said.
Yep. Oh man. Well, all
Yeah.
right, man.
I've seen it where people get displaced and have nothing, and
it's
a sad thing.
Yeah, we'll keep them all in our prayers, man.
Absolutely, we will.
So
this has been another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I'm Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. And thanks,
I'm Joe
Joe G.
Greenhalgh.
Yeah. See you next week, guys.